Hey, so have you ever tried to build a financial model and you've had to download one of these spreadsheets and fill in all these values or try and build this thing from scratch? And there's so many inputs, so many things, and at the end of the day, you're able to create one scenario and one scenario only. And if you want to try and create some different scenarios, you're duplicating tabs, changing formulas, or breaking the entire thing. That's kind of where we're at here right now. This is my business model. So for example, for Whatifi right now, I am able to run 72 different scenarios. What if I have cash on hand? What about some of my confirmed pilot revenue? Different fundraising scenarios here. We have widgets in here to be able to look at outputs. You can sort of see some of my baseline expenses, some of my government grants. I can look at different customer projections here, small, medium, and large. I can run different growth scenarios, baseline growth, 50% more, 50% less. I can look at different fundraising, revenue calculations, different staffing plans. What if I run very, very lean? What if I hire my ideal team? When do I get paid? How much do I get paid? Do I hire AI ML engineers? Do I not? And a bunch of KPIs and metrics. And at the end of the day, I'm able to run 72 different scenarios. I can turn all of those on. Each of these scenarios is a unique path through the canvas, and I can sit there and do some basic calculations. Let me look at my cash flow cumulatively, and in 5 years' time, I'm either $440,000 in the hole, or I'm $16 million up, and I can look at all my different numbers to see what things look like and all these different potential outcomes. That's a lot of data though, right? More than most people will be able to process, because you can imagine each of these scenarios spits out just a bucket load of data, all time series down in the future. So that's where we brought artificial intelligence in. So we now have the ability to go and say, select this scenario, and this scenario, and bring up our OpenAI integration and have a new conversation. And I can say and have a conversation with my model, which scenario is the most profitable and why? And what it's doing is it's uploading all of this data to a model, but it's also uploading all of the inputs for these nodes to that model in each of those scenarios at the same time too. And it can come back and do a basic analysis and answer some of your questions, right? $58 in this one, $11 million in this one, $16 million in this one, right? So now I can actually go a layer deeper down and ask some questions, right? Analyze scenario thread 54 and tell me why my cumulative cash flow is so terrible. And now I can go a layer deeper down and look inside that data. Takes a bit of time here. It's one of the things we're kind of working on, and there's still some formatting things to work on. But the idea is really being able to have this conversation with the model and be able to get insights from each of these things. It's going to give us a second to kind of load up. But really, what are we trying to solve here? It's what you don't know about your models, right? So negative cash flow in August, revenue generation issues, high customer acquisition costs, delayed profitability, high churn rates. It's really fantastic. What we eventually want to be able to do is actually get suggestions from the model on how to improve some of our scenarios. Can you suggest how we can make this particular scenario more profitable? The idea is a co-pilot-like experience. When you are running a business, there's what you know, and then there's what you think you know, and then your unknown unknowns. That's the problem we're trying to solve. So here's some suggestions on how to improve this particular model, things to kind of take a look at to be able to solve this particular scenario. Right? Relatively soon, we'll have the ability to actually build these models using natural language. So when you have that blank canvas problem, you'll be able to ask a question and it'll automatically build out this node network for you. So not only are you able to analyze a scenario, but you're also able to build a scenario in real time. Anyway, that's what we're up to. Looking forward to your feedback, and happy to work with anyone who is interested in testing out our technology. Thanks, gang.